Democratic House leaders just wrapped up their meeting with the vice president. They say while the bill isn't perfect, they can hopefully get bipartisan support for the legislation and put it to a vote quickly. Meanwhile, on the Republican side, Majority Leader Eric Cantor told reporters he does not support it. We will, of course, stay on top of this and bring you the updates as we get them. Now, regardless of whether a deal is reached and signed, most Americans' taxes are going up today anyway. That's because the payroll tax holiday has expired. The cut, which lowered payroll taxes by 2%, was instituted in 2011 to put a little extra cash in Americans' pockets and provide some stimulus to the economy. So if you make $20 grand a year, you're going to lose about $100 in 2013. If you make $50,000, you'll be out about $1,000. Neither the Democrats nor the Republicans showed any interest in renewing the tax holiday. Michigan's new penalties for animal fighting go into effect tomorrow, and they're being hailed as the toughest in the country. A bill signed into law by Governor Snyder earlier this month allows dog fighting to be prosecuted as a criminal enterprise with fines up to $100,000 and prison sentences as long as 20 years. An ASPCA spokesperson commented on the law saying, quote, "Michigan is out ahead on this one." The group considers our state a hotbed of animal fighting with recent busts made in Kalamazoo, Detroit, and Flint. The new law also allows police to seize any property associated with animal fighting. It's an annual tradition that might make you laugh. It also might make you think about what you've said over the previous year. Today, Lake Superior State University released its list of words and phrases to be banished after 2012. Sadly, yesterday's NHL Winter Classic between the Wings and Leafs in Ann Arbor was canceled. That upset a lot of hockey fans in our state, but fret not, there will be an outdoor game on ice in Michigan, but the team that's playing in it is going to surprise you. It's the Globetrotters, as in the Harlem Globetrotters. Okay, here's how it is going to go down. Next Monday at Millennium Park in Portage, the Globetrotters will put spikes on their high tops and play basketball on ice. Former Red Wing Kevin Miller going to join the Trotters as they take on the Global Select team. It's free and it faces off or tips off at noon. Local schools will be invited to check out the game. Now, since being founded in 1926, the Globetrotters have played everywhere from aircraft carriers to beaches to the Vatican to, of course, Gilligan's Island. And it's a story that got a lot of people talking. A young deer wandering around a neighborhood in Ottawa County has become a bit of a mascot out there. It lets the kids pet it, snuggles up to it, and it's a sight that has a lot of people smiling and also scratching their heads a bit.
Yeah, and now it has people asking, what's going to happen to this animal? Lindsay.
Dave, thanks. Two people suspected of playing a part in the murder of a Newaygo County couple have been extradited from Texas back to Michigan. Michelle Grant and Chad Wilkinson are currently housed in the Newaygo County Jail after being sent from Harrison County, Texas. Grant is being held on a probation violation. Wilkinson is facing meth charges. Both have been questioned regarding the deaths of Joe Chernesky and Patty Van Dyke. Chernesky, known as Tattoo Joe, and his girlfriend were found dead in their own bed, according to family members. It happened in Broman, that's in the northern part of Newaygo County. The two were last seen on Wednesday, November 14th, and their bodies were discovered the following day. If you have any information on this, call the Newaygo County Sheriff's Department or Silent Observer. Just days after one man was killed and 3 others hurt in a shooting in a Grand Rapids basement, police are looking into 3 more shootings in that area. They happened overnight, and here's a look at where. 2 of the incidents were on Dickinson Street, where last week's fatal shooting happened. Fox 17's Darren Cunningham spoke to Grand Rapids police about these cases to find out whether or not they're related. Darren, there's a live look over Grand Rapids. Remember, as always, all of our shows stream live online. Well, you want to advertise in the Super Bowl this year? It's going to cost you. No surprise there, right? CNN says that a 30-second spot in this year's game held in New Orleans is going to cost companies around $4 million, maybe even more. Now, that is a record amount. CBS is showing the game this year, and they won't confirm exact details about the price, but they say, yeah, that's a pretty good estimate. Last year prices were in the $3.5 million range. And the road to Super Bowl 47 starts tomorrow. Some big games on the weekend docket included among them. Vikings at the Packers at Lambeau Field for the second week in a row. They're facing off. Now, Packer backers, they're good people, but security is being increased to make sure that the folks in the stands are on their best behavior. I don't know that it's so much up to the family as it is to the mom and the baby when the baby comes out.
I think the woman feeling the pain should make the decision.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, it's one of the biggest film series of all time, and there's one guy who had a big but rather unknown role in the Lord of the Rings franchise.
So it's a true, real representation of what Tolkien wrote.
All right, we'll have a closer look at how that artist helped bring fantasy to life. All right, Rick, December was a deadly month in what was a deadly year in the city of Grand Rapids. Police are releasing the latest homicide numbers for the area. Captain Jeff Hertel says Grand Rapids has seen 18 homicides in 2012. That's one more than last year and the number of homicides for 2009 and 2010 combined. December's proven to be a very busy month for detectives working these cases. There have been at least 7 homicides in just the last few weeks. The most recent happened on Dickinson Street over the weekend. 4 men were shot on Saturday night while sitting around a table. One of them died from his injuries.
Very busy. They have a lot of follow-up investigation to do on these cases to try to get some answers to the families. We want to give answers to all the families. They deserve those answers, but those answers take time to investigate and get to the bottom of it. And having that many in such a short period of time has put us in a spot.
Captain Hertel says he's not sure what to attribute all the crimes to, but says that a number of the cases do involve domestic violence. We will have much more on this story coming up on Fox 17 News at 6. A mail carrier from Montcalm County in critical condition tonight after police say his car was hit by a tow truck. Crash happened around noon at the intersection of Derby Road and Fleck Road. That's in Belvedere Township. Police say a man in a tow truck ran a stop sign and hit the mail carrier's car. He was on his route at the time and wasn't buckled in. The mail carrier was airlifted to Grand Rapids in critical condition. The driver of the tow truck was not hurt. Police are still investigating the crash tonight, but they do say alcohol was not involved. Crazy call.
Yeah.
That call kind of goes back to, remember when the Tigers pitcher had the perfect game?
Yes.
And on the very last out, the umpire made the wrong call. Steve
Yeah.
Spurrier says he asked the referee, don't you see that it's short? And the referee says yes. He said, why did you call it a first down? The referee, according to Spurrier, says,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Really?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Wow. Why is it going to snow, Kevin? I don't know.
I don't know. Is it going to snow though?
It is
You
going to
do.
snow, and I do know, and I'm going to explain all
Well,
of that.
here's my question. Why is there a weather advisory if it's going to be 1 inch or 2 inches?
Yeah.
It be a little bit higher than that, potentially in our immediate lakeshore counties.
Take a look at that. Water continues to gush out of a broken main in Wyoming. It's now been 24 hours since crews started tackling the problem and shut down businesses and parts of 44th Street near Clay Avenue, which maybe is Mud Avenue now with all that water.
Yeah, definitely a river.
All right, here's another look at the riddle. Quote, hiding it was easy on my bicycle. However, when seeing it from your car at 2.5 ton, the solution would not be quite as easy. It's south of downtown bus stop where I said. Jill will release new clues every other Tuesday until somebody solves this thing. The winner gets an inscribed mug filled with silver and dollar coins.
Think you know it?
No, I
Are
have
you
no
even
clue.
I have no clue.
I read it a few times and I couldn't
Yeah.
figure it out.
I want somebody to find out though. Kevin Craig, what do you think? Do you think you know it?
I don't think I know it, but that kind of reminds me of a Batman thing. Or am I getting that confused with the Joker, guys?
No, there was
a Riddler?
a Riddler and a Joker, I
Right.
believe.
Okay, gotcha. That's what that's